when you should replace them, the cables and all of that. They had some manuals, and we have the technical people. I'm not a technical person, and they know how long it should take for you to inspect, for you to replace, for you to change all of these things that are mentioned in the report. But since 1964, nobody cared. Is this how a serious country should run? And I should tell you that now that we know what caused the Akosombo substation fire, there definitely will be something somewhere that was even installed long before 1964 that nobody is still paying attention to. And even if this report is out, even as this report is out, nobody will still pay attention to what I'm talking about until something unfortunate happens there. If something unfortunate happens there, a committee will be set up, they will investigate, and then they'll come and tell us that, oh, this was installed some plenty years ago, and that is why the impact is like this. Because they are old, the cables are worn out. And then we'll say that, oh, we should have known better. Just like we're doing this morning. See an important place like Akosombo. It is not just an ordinary place in Ghana's power history or Ghana's power infrastructure. It is one of the foundations of our electricity storing. So when a facility connected to that system suffers fire because of equipment failure and aging infrastructure, the question should not be only what caused the fire. The question should be who was watching the condition of the equipment before the fire. Were there maintenance reports? Were there warnings? Were replacement recommendations made? Were budgets delayed? Were inspections done regularly? And if people knew some of the infrastructure was aging, my exact question is, why did we wait until the fire happened before the country heard the full seriousness of the matter? So if this fire had not happened then, I'm not saying it's good the fire happened, but if this fire had not happened, it would be going decades more. It would be going years more because, oh, it is working. That's all that matters to us. We have light, we have power, we're fine. The backstory, we don't really care, do we? And this is the parting that must change in the country. We cannot continue to run a country where important national assets are allowed to age quietly until they fail loudly. Roads are left until they kill people. Potholes are left until they kill people, until they cause accidents. Buildings are not inspected. They are not pulled down until they collapse and kill people. School buildings are left until they crack onto students and students die. Drains are left until the flood comes. Hospitals are left until definitely equipment breaks down. And now a critical installation is in the news because the equipment grew. Again, were there maintenance reports? Were there warnings? Were replacement recommendations made? Were budgets delayed? Inspections, were they done regularly? A serious country does not only cut soils and commission new projects. A serious country will protect what it already has. A serious country, it will budget for maintenance. A serious country will replace equipment before it fails. A serious country will treat early warning signs as national security signals, especially when it comes to power. So yes, the report may have ruled out sabotage. It's good to know, but it has not ruled out neglect. It has not ruled out weak supervision. It has not ruled out poor maintenance planning. It has not ruled out the bigger national problem of waiting for damage before taking action. This morning, the Akosombo report should not become another document that trends for 2 days and disappears. See, this is what I believe, that it should force a national audit of our critical infrastructure, not only in the power sector, but across the country. So look at the other sectors in the country. What else is aging quietly? What else was installed in 1964 that has been left unattended to? What other infrastructure was built in 1964 that has not seen any maintenance? In the various sectors. Even if the power sector had something like this, what is your sector that you think something like this does not exist? There will be installations in the health sector that were installed as far back as before 1964. And nobody remembers them. We'll remember when something bad happens, we'll say that, it was there. And that is where the problem is coming from. So this one, what else are we ignoring? What else is failing? And what will cost us if we continue to pretend everything is fine? Because the truth is simple. Countries, economies, systems, they do not collapse only because of big dramatic events. Sometimes they collapse slowly through ignored maintenance, delayed replacement, weak supervision, and leaders who only become serious after the damage has been done. I'm not blaming NPP, I'm not blaming NDC. The two of them should put their heads together. So this report is giving us another warning. My question then will be that, will we act as a serious country this time? So this is what I wish for, that after this report, there'll be a statement from the presidency ordering an audit of all equipment installed maybe before 2000. We'll audit all of them and know what their conditions are, so that what happened at Akosombo will not happen in any other sector. Now, will we do that? I don't know.
Sunrise on 3FM.
Facebook page. And that is where you can get interactive with us. Yeah. It's called Sunrise. He's a student at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Because we know that KNUST, for the first time in a very long time, heavy rains caused flooding on the campus, especially around a place called Mecca Road, disrupting movement and academic activities. Some students were stranded. We don't know whether or not university authorities have now issued an official statement on the extent of the disruption or the immediate remedial measures. But now KNUST is flooding. It is one of Ghana's most important universities. It has also been hit by flooding. Roads on campus are flooded. Students are struggling to move. Academic activity was disrupted. Bridges and key access routes are affected. So again, this is no longer an Accra story. If we're talking about floods, no longer an Accra story. It is a Ghana story. Daryl is joining us right now. Daryl, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Prince.
Talk to us about the flooding situation in KNUST. How long ago was the last time that KNUST flooded, and what is the nature of the area as well?
Okay, so and checking in the records of KNUST, it hasn't experienced, or KNUST hasn't experienced such flooding before. That is what happened yesterday. Yesterday, the aftermath of the heavy rainfall overnight resulted in a severe flooding of three major entries or three major routes that would take you to KNUST. And mind you, these are routes that also commuters use at various workplaces or offices. So when this flooding happened, it disrupted activities on campus a bit because students were not able to get into campus as they would randomly walk on foot. The school had to then deploy a number of school buses or shuttles in order to transfer or convey these students to and from campus. Normal vehicles like the Corolla, these saloon vehicles were not allowed to pass through as the flood kept on getting severe. Security personnel from the school were, however, positioned at strategic points on campus to ensure that safety protocols are observed and also to ensure that no student tries to cross over the path of the flood in order to make sure that all students are safe. So in the history of KNUST, we haven't experienced or seen this kind of flooding before, but currently, as we speak now, the level of the water has reduced drastically, and the road is now accessible to all commuters and all students. So now, we are safe and everybody is safe. There was no casualty reported yesterday during the flood. Every student was safe.
How about from university authorities? Have they said anything since the flooding yesterday?
So the university authorities haven't spoken to anybody yet. What they did is they took decisive action immediately. They realized that they saw the flood. That is deploying a number of buses and the security personnel, and they themselves, some of the staffs were around monitoring the situation and ensuring that safety protocols were done to keep all students safe.
I see. Daryl, talk to us about the impact it had yesterday. Classes were affected, movement of people. Did any students have an exam to write, that kind of thing? Was anything else affected?
Exactly. So in the early hours, the severity, it was intense. That was around 8 a.m. That is when the university classes start 8 a.m. So during that time, students who had to go to lectures, some of them, I would say, were cancelled. I had an interaction with some students, and they told me that their classes were cancelled because at that moment they couldn't cross these flooded entries. These entries that were flooded were at the main entries for you to get to where the lecture halls are, and all these three major entries were flooded. So in the early hours of the day, most students, their classes were cancelled. But then as the day went on, the school deployed the buses, the flag level was going down. The lectures continued. Many students were able to attend their various lectures. So for the early hours, it affected academic activities.
I see. Daryl, thank you so much for your time with us on the program. We're grateful.
Thank you.
And that's the voice of Daryl Agbojo-Wolanyo. He's a student journalist speaking to us from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology there.
Here is Mare Opoku MA Basic School, and this is the current
because if they force their way into the classrooms, we might end up recording some sort of tragedy because they are kids. And the kids may not be able to control themselves well, and we might end up having kids drowning or similar situations. And so the education directorate has to direct them to close down the school until the water or the flood waters completely subside, then they can resume school activities again.
But is this something that is usual in the Bono region, Belinda?
Not the whole region, but this particular school facility, this is something that has been happening for the past 6 years, I understand. And all their efforts to get local authorities to address the issue have proven futile over the time. And so they tell me, even as of yesterday when I got there, they told me that local authorities, the assembly, came to access the area with a promise that they were going to address the issue, and that has been what they've been hearing over time. Whenever it happens, they involve the assemblies, they tell them they are going to address the issue. Now, this is the particular issue at hand. The school, there's a drain at the back of the school. There's a space that is supposed to be used for a drain because the school is in more like a valley. The whole community is up with the school down there. So whenever it rains, all the water draws from the community, stores in the school. And so there was supposed to be a drain at the back of the school that draws the water into the big gutters to carry it away. This drain is yet to start. And so they are hoping that if this drain is done, at least the flood issues will be solved. So nothing is being done. And so yesterday when it happened, they were like, okay, if the local authorities are not going to address our issue, then they were going to go through the media to see if at the national level they are going to get some sort of attention so that as soon as possible their plight might be addressed so that they can go back to their education activities.
I see. Belinda, thank you so much for those updates. Belinda Tete is my colleague speaking to us from the Bono region. $168 of them, they were able to go and write the paper we're talking about, a chemistry paper. So if the rain was severe, if the affected students were mostly boarders, even if they were day students, do we have anything that accommodates a situation like this? Or because there is a situation beyond their control, it means the education at that level will be impacted, will be affected because of what they're calling a situation beyond their control? even if you're able to verify and certify the situation that is beyond their control. What if a student lives in an area that is flooded, no vehicles, no means of transportation? There is video evidence, there is proof that the student is ready, wants to come and write the exam, but where the student is going to use is flooded, and the student cannot get there. Is there anything to accommodate a situation like this? We know that we are in the rainy season. So if the rain was severe, if the affected students were mostly boarders, if school authorities and GES officials appealed on their behalf, then what should have happened? Should the official allow them in? Should they have allowed them in? Should the paper be delayed? Should WAEC have provided an emergency arrangement? Or should the rules stand no matter the circumstances? We know that we are in the rainy season. Do schools have emergency examination plans? Do supervisors have clear guidelines for weather-related disruptions? Assuming all the students are ready in the examination hall, all of them are present, but the invigilators and the teachers, where they live is flooded and they cannot come. Will the students write the paper? Or for that, there'll be an avenue, there'll be provisions for the paper to be delayed because these are the invigilators coming to vigilate the exam. So the paper will be delayed. What about if it is the student? And are students properly briefed? Are exam centers prepared for delays caused by flooding, storms, or unsafe movement? Because at the end of the day, this goes beyond lateness. We're talking about the future of 154 students. Are we talking about how rigid the system is? We know the intention of the system. But are there avenues for something like this? How can we protect both the integrity of the examination and the welfare of the candidates? Kofi Asare is the Executive Director of Africa Education Watch. Mr. Asare, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, good morning. Good morning to your audience.
154 students out of 322. They say they were not able to go write a chemistry examination because it was raining. When they got there, they were not allowed to write because per the rules of the paper or per the rules of examination, they had gone beyond the accumulated time. When this came to your notice, when you heard about this story from yesterday, what was your initial reaction?
Unfortunate. This is not the first time similar situation is happening. I mean, it's always been the case that the rules of examination require that you are there. I think you are seated, 30 minutes before the commencement of the paper. And when the paper commences, you are not allowed to enter. So, though unfortunate, the rule is the rule.
Should WAEC have applied the rule strictly in this case, or should there have been discretion because of the circumstance?
Okay, to be fair to all involved, to WAEC's duty is to apply the rule as it is. Okay, we will hold WAEC to the highest level of standards based on the rules established for examinations. And so, to the extent that WAEC will be held accountable by others, including us, to that standard, WAEC is enjoined to enforce the rules without fear or favor. However, having said that, the students also indicate that they had a challenge in that
the weather didn't permit them to be there at the right time, and weather it's a natural phenomenon, and so they also have a point, but that point, the extent to which that point should have prevented WAEC from firmly applying their rules is something that I am unable to determine. We at EduWatch have continued to make the point that Ghana needs what we call an assessment sector regulator. You see, in other jurisdictions, for example, in the UK, a report would have been made to a body called Ofsted, which is the agency in charge for regulating standards and assessment. So the WAEC equivalent in the UK would have been reported to by the students that we are aggrieved because of ABCD. We believe that while WAEC was implementing the laws, it was unfairly applied to us in view of our peculiar circumstances. So investigate and make a pronouncement which will lead to certain release to us. Unfortunately, we don't have that in Ghana. And so when these things happen, it is the same WAEC that we are supposed to go and apply appeal to. We are looking at the institutional angle, institutional strength, building systems that assure fairness, standards, and equity. So I will continue to remind the Ministry of Education that Ghana cannot operate within the vacuum of not having any regulator for their external assessment space. And it's important that we do so. We can decide to amend NACA's mandate in the Education Regulatory Bodies Law and include as part of NACA's mandate the function of regulating external assessors, not just WAEC, but all other assessment bodies that are in the country that are international or that are conducting external assessments. Now, Johnny, I'm back to the issue. I'm done with my formal submissions. Now, informally, someone will ask, why is it that out of about 300 students, only about 45% were late? So the others who were in the examination room, were they not exposed to the vagaries of the weather or the mercy of the weather? That's one question that a reasonable person may ask. So to the extent that some of your colleagues, including those who were day students who had to travel from far, were able to get to the examination hall, and then some of those who were on campus rather were late, raises questions of discipline and punctuality. And so I'm not making a conclusive. I'm saying it raises that question. So to that extent, we hope that they will appeal to WAEC, but the outcome obviously is not far-fetched. We know the outcome is far-fetched. Yeah. So we know what normally happens when such situations. Okay. By the time you get a pronouncement by WAEC, the results will be out already. If you go to Shraj, you will get a ruling next year. So by the time the ruling is out, you are praying for the next one. So that's always the case. So
should we begin?
But, yeah.
Should we begin looking at some levels of emergency protocols for setting delays during setting exams? For instance, if the students have to transport themselves from one hall, if a group of students have to transport themselves from one hall to the examination center, and it happens that the place is flooded. We saw that in KNUST yesterday. If, assuming KNUST was a center people who had to go and write, and the road leading to the place is flooded, no vehicles, no form of movement, but the exam has to start. And for other students who are not in a particular hall, they are able to get there, but others cannot reach there. Should we not be looking at some protocols to accommodate some of these things that can be verified, can be assessed and accepted?
Johnny, normally when the issue is general, no one needs to explain. You understand? Yeah, normally when the issue is general, affects everyone, when it's obvious, no one needs to explain. Every year, even this year during the BC, WAEC was late in many districts. In many schools or in some communities and districts. And the even the ministerial attention, if you remember, they were late. The reasons will include sometimes, the transportation factors, weather factors, etc. So where there is a true intervening factor, that necessitates or that causes justifiable delay, justifiable quote unquote, especially when it's not within the remit of man. Why delays? They actually start the examination at a much later time, as it was evident in the BEC last time, where transportation challenges, etc. So it is not as though when force majeure and of course rain is a natural phenomenon, act in a manner to disrupt the timing of an examination. But the thing is that it must affect everybody. So how is it that rain doesn't affect WAEC officials? It doesn't affect invigilators. It doesn't affect supervisors. It doesn't affect about 55% of the candidates, but it affects only 45% of the candidates. So those are the questions I raised earlier, and I want to go back there. I think that WAEC has been accommodating when it is important that they adjust to the interventions of natural phenomena.
I'm trying to. I really understand what the conversation we're having, Mrs. Harry, but I want to say that there are situations where majority will not be affected. Assuming it is just one student wakes up in the morning, but the student lives maybe at Dome, and then the Pillar 2 bridge is flooded.
Yeah, I understand that very well. What I'm saying is that in situations where it's peculiar to one person, it is difficult. It is difficult because we don't see that provision being made. Okay, if one person has an accident, an accident, an unforeseen circumstance, prevent the person from coming, the other will go on. No special arrangement will be made for them. No.
So should we begin looking at something to accommodate instances like this?
I think if a legitimate issue happens and triggers that conversation, we can have it, but not on the back of this particular issue. If a legitimate issue happens and triggers conversation around that, maybe it would be good to just have the discussion because the rights of that person is at stake. But I'm being honest with you, global best practice doesn't support that. Certain assessments are large scale in nature. And so if one person is disabled by, it's like saying you are sick in the morning, you couldn't come to the next day you give your. It doesn't work like that. Global best practice doesn't suggest that that would be a good destination to head to, because everybody else will have a personal problem the next day. Someone will wake up having malaria. Someone will say, I can't walk. And then everybody will have a reason, to have it postponed in their presence. So it might end up being a floodgate. I think that the situation at hand has more has to do with indiscipline, lack of punctuality on one side, and then also discipline, lack of punctuality. That's what I think. I may be wrong, but I think that the students should have been there because their colleagues were there. And so it's a good lesson for us. If the students feel that, well, they were disciplined and they were committed to punctuality, but truly the weather at where they were was the main reason why they couldn't happen. I mean, they couldn't be there, and they have evidence to that effect. They can go through the appellate processes, but as I've indicated, it won't lead anywhere. But by the time those processes are exhausted, it will be time for the next examination. So the lesson is that students should take examination rules very, very seriously, or WAEC could be held to strict account when it comes to the enforcement of those rules. And so we also expect WAEC to enforce those rules without fear or favor.
I see. Mr. Asare, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Kofi Asare is the Executive Director of Africa Education Watch speaking with us there. Let's go onto the phone lines again and speak with Abraham Mensah. He's our correspondent in the Western region, and this morning he has visited the Secondary College to talk to us about the situation there. Abraham, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Have you engaged with some of the students today, and what are they saying?
So I'm currently on campus, but most of those that are due to take their practical chemistry paper this morning told at the library. Unfortunately, none of the school authorities is available at the moment to grant me access to these classrooms. But the impression I'm getting is that some of them might not turn up for this morning's paper. When you ask where any of the boarding students that were affected by yesterday's, incident, no one is trying to own up. So you could tell there's quite an emotional distress on campus. Others also have their papers this morning. But an interesting thing I've gathered this morning from the chairperson of the association, Mrs. Dazi, is that they're going to see the regional minister, Joseph Nelson, and discuss what has happened, the action they intend to take, and possibly forward whatever petition they have to the Regional Education Directorate. That is expected to happen around 11 a.m. to 12 midday today. So we will be following closely on what will happen.
But the students have not spoken. The school is also not talking.
Yes, everyone is cycling on this.
For the colleagues of the affected students, how is their mood like?
You could tell there is this morning actually. You can see and students walking up and down. Some in their classroom, some at the summer hat, preparing for what is ahead for the day. But you can see that tension among them. It seems to have triggered that fear among students that if they happen to get to the examination center any time late than is expected, they will risk, being denied entry to take their paper. Yesterday, for the students, 154 students that were denied entry, their position, a majority of them was that there is little hope that they'll get a pass with a practical exam. So that is what I wanted to verify. Fortunately, no one is sorry out this morning. So that is the bigger question, whether or not this 154 students will sit for the practical exam this morning.
So they have a practical exam to write this morning. What was yesterday's paper?
Yesterday was a theory and objective test.
I see. Yesterday was a theory and objective test, and today is a practical paper.
Practical, yes.
But it's not looking very likely that they are confident in their ability because they were not able to write yesterday's paper, which definitely will carry some significant marks.
The fact is that I'm not privy to what scoring WAEC has for the category of tests that have been prescribed for these students. But from every indication for the practical, it will fetch them roughly a 40% mark, and you needed a pass. So if 40 is less than a pass mark, and what are the assurances that you're even going to score all of the test items to earn that 40% mark? So it's a big question, and I don't think, based on what I was told yesterday, that they would put themselves to that test. I don't think so. Because the numbers we're expecting this morning is quite huge. But currently before the laboratory, when you click through the windows, you can just see just a few numbers. Probably they are just around, but everyone is a bit anxious. When they see you moving around, they try to shy away from you. No teacher is around here. They're just doing their thing.
You're telling us that the number of students who are writing, who are expected to write today's paper, it may be lower than we expect because of what happened yesterday?
Yes. It mainly because that the theory and objective test was their best chance of scoring a much higher mark, and then they'll supplement that with a practical. So assuming that's going to fetch them a 60%, and they've lost that chance to write that paper, a 40% mark, even if they are given all the scores, will not earn them as a pass. So they said, with what I was told, a majority of them I spoke to, is that they would rather not sit for the paper. Because for now, on record, with WAEC, they've been marked absent for the theory and objective test. But I do not know what authorities have said to these students. Probably they might have signed them up to sit for the paper. I don't know. But from the PTA, Ms. Daze, what they've gathered from parents, their wards on campus, is that they are emotionally distressed. And in such a situation, I do not know if these children, these students, will be able to man up to sit for the practical exam. It's a big question this morning.
I see. Abraham, thank you. Thank you so much for those updates. Abraham Mensah is our correspondent in the Western region, and he's telling us that he understands the students, some of them have opted out of today's practicals, and that is because of what happened yesterday. What he's speaking is that the marks for the practicals will be less than what they could have achieved if they had written the exam yesterday. So they want to be marked absent. Is this a directive coming from the school? We'll try and reach the school and we'll see. We're also trying to work the lines to speak to WAEC at the moment, but we're having some challenges. But when we reach John Kapi, John Kapi is the PRO of the West African Examination Council. When we get him, we'll continue the conversation on what avenues are available to the students now and what WAEC intends to do going forward if such situations persist. It is true that if WAEC is not careful, it may open a Pandora's box that they cannot deal with. But it is also true that things happen and they put students in very uncomfortable situations, impossible situations for them to come and write an exam. If a student finds him or herself in a situation like this, what should he or she do? No fault of theirs. Something like that happens. What should happen? This is still Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. So for now, the future of 154 students hanging in the balance. Chemistry. So these are science students. And you know how important chemistry is for the placement of science students in the various tertiary institutions. We'll see.
Some people are saying she owns the World Cup. If there's World Cup and there's no Shakira, there's no World Cup.
49 years.
Yeah. She's shown that she can perform on the world stage. 2010, 2014, 2026. If you want to see World Cup, you have to see Shakira perform. And that performance was really good. She looked in sync with her dancers.
Yes. I mean, Shakira, we know her.
She looks ageless, to be fair. She looks like she's 29 or so, 28.
18 years.
Yeah, she looks young in the
video.
In the video, yeah.
Yesterday was nice. Bill, good morning. Welcome.
Thank you.
The World Cup is here, and already it is giving us color, it is giving us music, it is giving us noise, and some controversies as well.
Yes.
Red cards.
Yes.
The opening ceremony yesterday in Mexico, what do people call it? Mexico.
The Estadio Azteca.
It had all the flavor.
Yes.
Everything you expect from a tournament of this size.
Yes.
Of this size. Shakira was there, Burna Boy, and other global stars. They brought the entertainment before the football itself took over.
Mm-hmm.
Then came the opening game. Mexico, one of the host nations, started, beat South Africa nicely. So this one, we're not doing hard tactics. We're doing the mood, the drama, the talking points, and what to expect next. So for those who did not watch the opening ceremony, Bill, paint the picture for us. Was it giving World Cup energy or was giving fun time? Anything else?
I think it was a mixture of both. I think even if you weren't in the stadium yourself, you were watching the television, you would feel the euphoria that comes along with the World Cup. The colors were so many, the scenery was so beautiful.
Right.
The stadium looked very well filled. Maybe not to the rafters, but very well filled with so many fans inside the stadium, enjoying the music, enjoying the performances, and enjoying everything that came along with the build-up to that opening match between Mexico and South Africa. It was really beautiful to see, all of those performances come to bear and the way they laid the turf. You can see from the videos and the pictures, if you are watching on Facebook, it was so colorful. And color in this instance was a beautiful mixture, a cocktail that projected what we wanted to see from a competition as big as the World Cup. So it was a very nice opening ceremony to watch. I expected it to last longer at a time.
You wanted it to last longer?
Yeah, but it looked like they took a break small, let the players warm up, go into the changing rooms, and then did some mini opening ceremony with Tyler singing the South African national anthem before the players came to the pitch to deliver. But I know it was a beautiful opening ceremony.
Shakira and Burna Boy, they took center stage.
Yes.
They did their thing.
Yes.
It was nice, wasn't it?
It looks like Burna Boy didn't rehearse some. It looks like Burna Boy skipped rehearsals.
Why'd you say that?
No, because if you watched the playback of the video, it looked like Shakira was more in tune with the dancers than Burna Boy. Burna Boy was more the jumping. But Shakira was actually doing the dancing song.
Shakira is a dancer.
Charlie, on my moves and and Burna Boy will hold the mic, jumping.
Whose stomach is that? Some stomach weak.
But yeah, I mean, it's nice to see two icons on the globe.
Right.
Shakira, an even bigger icon. We've known her for previous World Cups, the 2010 World Cup, where she gave Waka Waka Time for Africa, 2014 World Cup as well, where she also gave a different track, and then now this 2026 World Cup, where she's giving us Die Die. A lot of people were concerned about the songs until this one came about, and then they felt like Shakira has come to save the World Cup in regards to the songs, and the performance really beautiful.
But if Shakira had not come, Kakalika would have been there. Kakalika would
Kakalika, I've seen that the Dope Nation has been pushing the thing.
Yes. We are still pushing. It's not too late. The closing ceremony is there.
Oh yeah, we'll still keep pushing.
Hopefully, Kakalika will be at the World Cup. Even if they don't come and perform, they will play there.
Oh, I think they would.
Yes, they will.
Actually, every team is allowed to play 5 songs from their country.
Oh, okay.
Yes, during the game. So
And then
whether you score, if you win the game, those things you can play specific Ghanaian songs. So I'm sure Kalika will be in there.
So where would you place this one in one of the opening ceremonies? How would you where will you place this one? 2010, 2006, this one, the others?
To be honest, because of the sort of mood a World Cup in an African soil gave for the very first time, I wouldn't look past the 2010 World Cup.
Right.
Yeah, because that was literally the peak of every African, who wanted to be a part of the World Cup and watch the World Cup. I think this is just as good, but I would definitely not look past 2010 because, man, everybody wanted to see it on that African soil, and it came out so beautiful.
We did so well. Let's talk about the game itself. Mexico wins 2-0.
Yeah.
What kind of game was it?
It was a game where South Africa looked out of pace. They looked out of place. They looked like a team who weren't ready for a competition as big as this. Mexico dominated for the entirety of the game. And I think a number of Ghanaian and Nigerian fans were happy, especially on social media, because the trolls kept on coming from start to finish. And I think
everybody is a Mexican.
Yeah, literally. Everybody was giving himself or herself a Mexican name.
Yeah.
And it looked like Mexico did not feel the people by getting the important victory for Ghanaians and South African Nigerians. Yes, and
there were red cards too.
Yeah. The red cards. It's this is a record. This is the first time we've had 3 red cards in an opening match of the World Cup. It's a record. In fact, previously it was just 1 in an opening match. I mean, they happened in 2 occasions. One is 1974, the other in 1998 or so, 1998 with Marcel Desailly, and now you've had 3 red cards in an opening game of a World Cup. It's never happened.
How many went to South Africa? 2, and then Mexico took one.
Mexico took one very late in the game, but this ranks as one of the most bloodiest games in World Cup history. But I think it wouldn't touch that of that Netherlands versus that Netherlands game.
Argentina?
No. It wasn't against Argentina. It was in 2006. It was the Battle of Nuremberg. Involved Netherlands. That game had 16 yellow cards, 4 red cards. Yes. 16 yellow cards, 4 red cards. That was how bloody that game was. I remember watching. I was watching the game actually from my home, and I was like, why are the players actually fighting with each other or what? Because the tackles were just flying left, right, and center. Yes, it was Netherlands versus Portugal. They called it the Battle of Nuremberg because of how bloody it became. And
the FIFA 2006 World Cup round of 16 match.
Yes, yes, that's Portugal versus Netherlands game.
June 25.
Yes, so bloody. Hey. Utumi bomb match. No, just 16 yellow cards. I just 4 red cards.
8 for each team.
A day.
2 players from each side sent off.
The closest second would be Italy versus USA, also in the 2006 World Cup. But in the group stage, they also 3 red cards came out of that game as well. I think 2 went to USA, 1 went to Italy. But yeah, this gets just as close.
Right. So was it the red cards that made the difference, or Mexico was just convincing?
No, Mexico were just better. I mean, from the off, and South Africa actually conceded early.
Right.
By the time South Africa received their first red card, Mexico were already in the lead. They were already dominating. At that time, I don't think South Africa had a shot on target. So it was quite obvious, quite clear that Mexico were going to win, but didn't expect that it was going to be this bloody. And
and the cards that were issued yesterday, fair in your opinion?
Fair in your opinion. Very fair.
So officiating one game.
Yeah,
good so far.
It was fine. The officiating was fine. I don't think you can blame the referee for anything. South Africa were not disciplined in the game,
Right.
and it showed in the number of cards they got.
For Mexico, they are one of the host nations. Does this set a good? Is it a good start for them?
Very.
How does it impact their performances going forward?
Very good start. In front of your home crowd with playing at a legendary Estadio Azteca Stadium, you needed that victory. And them managing to get that victory is so crucial, especially with the format that this tournament has. You definitely need just one victory to probably secure qualification to the round of 32. So all things being equal, they could definitely be in the round of 32. But I mean, to secure it, finally, they might have to just get a draw. But
In one of the games.
But I feel they might go for more and then try and get a win.
Right. For South Africa, is this already a damaged campaign, or there's still a way back?
They're going back. I'm sorry, my friend, but they're going back.
They are going back to where?
They're going back to Johannesburg.
To their home country.
That's what it looks like anyway.
They're going back to their home country.
They look like they were out of place, to be fair.
Why would they be out of? They are there. You tell you to train. You are sacking people. You don't go and learn how to play football. You are learning how to sack foreigners from your country.
That is why it looks like they are going back.
Yeah. they are going back to their home country.
Yes, they are going back to Johannesburg. Looking at the group, they would have to face Czechia and South Korea. South Korea defeated Czechia 2-1 earlier in the day. Czechia. That's Czech Republic, now called Czechia.
Right.
Yes. I wouldn't pit South Africa against South Korea. South Korea is a very good team.
Okay.
They're a team that should definitely defeat South Africa. So their only chance would be against Czechia. And they would have to be at their absolute best. But losing 2 players in the first game, it's not looking good. It looks like they're going back to Johannesburg.
Let's look at today's fixtures, Bill. What's on the table?
Yes, so today we have some interesting fixtures. Another host country, Canada, will be playing against the Bosnia and Herzegovina. That will be at 7 p.m. tonight. We have USA versus Paraguay. That one actually is live on TV3.
Oh, US and Paraguay live on TV3, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Can you stay up to 1 a.m.?
Why are we playing tournament 1 a.m.? Oh, Charlie.
But USA's time zone is different from our
They
time
didn't
zone.
help the rest of the world, crap. When we were playing in South Africa, what time were they watching this?
But unfortunately, this is USA and their time zone. So we have to deal with it. Yes, so USA Paraguay will be live on TV3. That's at 1 a.m. And also there will be a game later on Saturday as well.
Okay.
Yes.
But Canada began against Bosnia today, like you mentioned. What kind of pressure comes with being a host nation playing your first game?
You have to win. That's the pressure, because all your fans will turn up. And that would determine how the rest of your tournaments go.
True.
Because the fans, they can be very some way sometimes. If you don't win, the next game you might not see anybody in the stadium. You understand?
Yeah.
But if you win your game, they will keep coming and they will be packing the stadium, and that will push the players even more to try and win as many more games as possible. So it's like a domino effect. But win and it gets better.
Bosnia too, they are not going there as stories. They're going there to play to win.
Yes.
So what should we expect from that game?
I think Bosnia is not the same as I had known in the past. The previous Bosnia team had Pjanic and other great players who could cause damage to opponents. This Bosnia, I don't really know them, and that's the difficult thing about a team. If you don't know the team, that team is even more dangerous.
You don't know how to prepare for them.
Yeah, you don't know how to prepare for them. So hopefully the Canadians can prepare well, because they do have good players. They do have Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David, and some other very good players from Canada. Hopefully they can get a drop. But I'm waiting to see what Bosnia can bring, because I don't really know this particular team as compared to the team of old.
USA Paraguay. A game that would have a lot of attention for people who are interested.
Yes.
Is this a must-win opener for the Americans because they are hosts as well?
Yeah. And with everything that has been happening, that had happened before the World Cup, the whole controversy involving the US, the only way to calm things down is to give good football and win.
Right.
I feel if they lose, the trolls will be crazy. So they should do their best to win. But they actually have a good squad, to be fair. They have a good enough squad. But the thing about Paraguay is those South American teams that you don't really rate, like a Costa Rica, like a Paraguay,
Ecuador,
like an Ecuador, like a Colombia, they will give you so many problems.
Yeah, they're playing and they're kicking you.
So many problems.
But between Canada and USA, which host nation is more under pressure today?
I think USA.
Okay.
I think USA. USA have taken more venues. They've been at the spotlight more, on a good and a bad notes, both notes. So there's a lot more pressure on them to deliver and go as far as possible. I haven't seen USA reach a quarterfinal of a World Cup before. So that's also another thing they have to do.
If we're looking at the Brazil-Mexico game, but before that, so
Mexico.
Yes. Before that, should we anticipate more red cards, another card-heavy game this evening?
Oh, I'll be surprised. I think South Africa were just indisciplined on the game, and that caused the whole bloodbath that we saw. I feel it would probably be cleaner.
Right.
From here on out. But it's a surprise because the Qatar World Cup, you only saw 4 red cards, and we've already seen 3 in one game. So it doesn't bode well, it doesn't bode well, but hopefully it doesn't. But I feel we might get some more red cards coming because of the new rules and the ones that handles time wasting and all of that. No, the referee can just vex and then come and show you card right now. And mafia, you give the ball to the opponent. So if the players actually adjust to the rules quickly, I think we will have cleaner games.
The Saturday game, Brazil versus Mexico, 10 p.m. That would also be
Brazil versus which one?
Morocco.
Yes.
That would also be live on TV3.
Brazil versus Morocco at 10 p.m. Yes, it will be live on TV3, and that is a very, very huge game. Very huge game.
Yeah.
Brazil, I don't think Neymar will play because he's not fit, but there's Vinicius, there's Rafinha, there's Endrick, there's the stars. The Moroccan side, Hakimi, Brahim Diaz, other stars. Right? It's going to be a cracker. It's the game I want to watch. Definitely, I would watch. I will watch that one. I can skip some games, but that one in particular.
That one there, you watch it.
Oh, agenda purposes.
I see. Let's talk about the Black Stars now, Bill. What's going on?
Yeah, well, the Black Stars, they've landed in Rhode Island. That is their camping base for the 2026 World Cup. Finally landed. Some people were not happy with their dressing.
Thank you, man. Have a
They
good one. God
didn't
bless.
do anything choreographed.
Where they get traditional crowd. Where they training wear.
But the man said, Henry said, they were working on something so that our presence will be announced and all of that.
Where they training well.
Oh, Omar was so proud.
Now the omission idiot. Sir, outfit we did say I think, to be honest, I'm a bit disappointed. I thought it was better because what we saw in 2022 was dope.
Yes.
The Fugu was very nice.
This one, if you give us some Ulomo or something, understand?
This one,
All of them, they are wearing.
Did you see Ivory Coast?
Yes.
Did you see Ivory Coast dress? Did you see Giacomo's dress?
Ghana, when we depart, we didn't depart nicely. We didn't arrive nicely. We are going to come, we didn't come nicely. We will not play nicely. We come from not nicely. What kind of.
Did you see Giacomo's dress?
Yes. It was top notch.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
The suit with the leopard skin, draped around the suit and on the back. That was so beautiful. That is why they are disappointed. We all go to their country.
Let's accept it. Like maybe this one, nobody will get any big contract. But there's some news. Today marks 20 years since Ghana made the first ever World Cup appearance.
Yes, it does. 2006, when Ghana faced Italy, lost by 2-0, but Ghana played so well.
Hey, Samuel Seko.
Yes, Sammy Tuga. But Ghana still played so
Richard
well.
Kingston.
So it was a beautiful sight to see.
Yeah.
A long-awaited appearance, and it did happen. And now we've made the World Cup 5 times, which is also a very good achievement. But hopefully we can go far in this one.
Good to know. We're playing Panama on the 17th.
And then England on the 23rd, and then Croatia on the 27th. So,
Right.
but the first game is the most important.
Of course.
Black Stars have to get a good result. And that could decide how the tournament goes for the Black Stars.
Let's leave World Cup. Let's leave Ghana. Real Madrid, they are in the news because finally the coach has been announced.
Top coach, superstar coach. Maybe not,
Of the teams that he's getting.
which is fair. But also, I mean, you see, what led him to get those teams? That's also something. You understand? Because West Ham will not dare approach Pep Guardiola. You understand? Everton will not dare approach Pep Guardiola. Because, I mean, some things didn't go right. That's why he found those teams. But getting back to Real Madrid, very big for him. And the Real Madrid players should be scared because this man, he doesn't take prisoners.
But if,
all those infighting, dictatorship and things.
but if he goes and
It ends
it
today.
backfires to it, he'll feel it too. You know, he's not a good man manager.
That I don't think Real Madrid. So right now, the Real Madrid have had very great man managers.
Ancelotti, for instance.
Ancelotti, for instance, Zinedine Zidane,
Yeah,
for
Zidane.
instance, and they worked. But now it's gotten to the point where these boys, it looks like they are too pampered. And I mean, what used to work for Real Madrid in the past, right, was the individual quality of the players.
Yeah.
But now teams have adapted. Everybody runs for each other. Everybody sacrifices for each other. So individual quality is not enough. Case in point, PSG, when they had Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe. They could have destroyed anybody
Yeah.
and everybody. But it did not happen because teams had adapted. And that is the phase that Real Madrid have to understand, have to adapt. Simple. And I think Jose Mourinho is the right man to make them adapt. Me, I personally feel one of Vinicius and Mbappe will be sacked. My bet is on Vinicius
I see.
because Mbappe no Nasia no buy and he's scoring so many goals that
And Mbappe is better than Vinicius.
and
so.
he's better. So it's harder to make a case against Mbappe, even though they call him the dictator these days. But Vinicius, no, he throws tantrums and things, and he gives 2 out of 10 one day, 7 out of 10 another day, 3 out of 10 another day, 9 out of 10 another day. Inconsistency.
Yeah.
They can put him out. So he in particular has to be very careful.
Anyways, we'll see. We wish Real Madrid all the best. Chelsea, we also have a new coach. We'll also start playing very soon. Arsenal could not win the Champions League. There's still only one team in England.
Nice one.
One team in England.
we
that
are
has
still
won
in World Cup mode, so I'll not react to that one. Don't worry. Let the new season start.
Well, I don't argue with people who have not won Champions League.
Nice one.
Yo, thank you.
Ghana, just in case I offend you.
Did you know that Malta Guinness is brewed from real malt barley in Sogum in Ghana? It is grown right here in Ghana. It is not just a soft drink, but a quality refreshment boosted with B vitamins. Charge forward towards your goals with each sip of its nourishing natural goodness. Now selling at a cool 12 Ghana cedis. Firm up your daily pursuits with the revitalizing taste of Malta Guinness. Packed with B vitamins. It's time to make that move. It's time for a cold Malta Guinness. Remember to always look out for the proudly made in Ghana symbol on every bottle or can of Malta Guinness. Malta Guinness, we move. Around him. He has requested for plea negotiations with the Attorney General in the Exim Bank case. He's facing charges including defrauding by false pretense, forgery, money laundering, and causing financial loss. Charges that he has denied. This morning, the conversation is not to pronounce him guilty or innocent. That is for the court. It's a conversation about these cases, what they say about accountability, political power, illegal mining, public funds, plea bargaining, and whether Ghana's justice system can handle politically exposed persons without the process becoming either a witch hunt or a cover-up. Let's welcome into the conversation the gentleman we have in the studio. Solomon Owusu is the Communications Director of Communications of the United Party. Mr. Emmanuel Quoting is Executive Director of the African Center for Security and Counterterrorism, and Dr. Thomas Anaba is Member of Parliament for Garu and a Member of Parliament Health Committee. Gentlemen, good morning to you. Welcome to Sunrise.
Good morning, Hosby.
It's good to always see you. It feels good when you make it into the studio. It's nice.
I mean, it's always good to be here.
Mr. Cutting, how are you? You like wearing white. There's something with it? You have a special reason why?
Well, it's a good question you ask.
You have the flag bearer already. So.
My heart is as pure as white. That's why I'm always in white. And for God and country. You see, my brother, after wearing so many of the smokes we accuse him of, he's not trying to pacify himself.
Let me tell you
he's
something.
ever in gold. So long he's ever in gold
United
now.
Party,
He used not to be in
He's
gold.
supporting gold board.
Is he yellow or gold? Tell me so.
Never take people that wear white as people with candle. At least we have the benefit of Keno Furiata. You cannot come and sit here and tell us that you have a pure heart because you are wearing white. When the white has been diluted and adulterated, and the person has run away, and we are forced to bring him back. What are you talking about, Ivan?
Mr. Kuti is not like that. Mr. Kuti is not like that.
No, we can't differentiate between a good white and a bad white. Maybe you must choose another color and try to brand that color. But for you to come and say you are wearing white because you have a pure... No, that would not be accepted.
In fact, we need to check in on our cherished listeners wherever they are. In the last few days, we were inundated with so many floods across the region.
Yeah.
So our dear listeners, wherever you are, we sympathize with you, we greet you. It's because of you guys we get the strength to come here every morning,
right,
for God and country. And I have an information to give because it was on this very platform I raised the issue. And I like your editorial policies because you didn't allow me to make those statements because the other person was not here. So I took the pain to write to the Minister of Health because it's a public safety matter.
Right.
The Minister of Health directed me to the National Health Insurance Trust, which I did. They refused to give me the relevant information I was looking for. Then I had to write to the Attorney General.
Okay.
And thankfully, the Attorney General had responded. And it gladdens my heart that we'll get people who take advantage of their own people to book. This is a gentleman who converted his house to a clinic,
a health facility, and administering all kind of medication, and some of his action led to fatalities. Some were maimed for life, and according to the Attorney General, they received a docket on the 18th of July 2018, and the case was assigned to an assistant state attorney to work on it, and he didn't do anything. Per their records, they have no reason to believe that such directives were carried out. And per my letter, they initiated another process on 20th May 2026 for the accused to be charged for practicing medicine without a license. And I think it is a victory worth sharing. It's a public safety matter. And guess what? This is the gentleman who is now the district National Health Insurance Manager for the Sabuba district. And I found that very disheartening. One, this is somebody who should never come closer to any health facility. Dr. Anaba is here. You are a medical doctor. You know that when you practice medicine without a license, it has a lot of repercussions.
Sure.
So I can't understand why the state slept on his duty and this person was left to roam in the very community it harmed. And you know what it sent? It didn't send a deterrent measure enough. And look, Accra is not Ghana. If you go to the underserved communities, you see a lot of people going around selling medicine, tablets, and all those kind of things. And they are unregulated. So when people like this in underserved communities are caught in practices like this, by no means an organization than the Medical and Dental Council. And these things, this very case was published on the Daily Graphic, you understand? And no action has been done. It means that we are letting our people down. This gentleman simply hid in politics, became the district organizer of the NDC. The NDC won power, and he was made the district national health insurance manager, transferring nurses about.
Oh, that's serious.
And he's an aide to the current transport minister. That made it even sad, and an MP from the area.
Oh, wow.
You see, so this is not politics at all. This is public safety issues, and we are calling on the relevant bodies to make sure that they intervene and make sure that justice is served the people of Saboba. Every single life matters. It doesn't matter whether you have or you don't have.
My brother, I appreciate your effort.
Thank
you.
You
are doing a national duty. You are executing a national duty. What I would always request for us to do, and that is advice I give to everybody, some issues of omissions, commissions, criminalities, we should always take away politics from it and let the people be judged per what the crime they have committed. I'm happy you wrote to the Attorney General, you went to the Ministry of Health, and you finally gotten a response from them, and that they are going to take the case up. He should face the justice system and pay for his crime if he's convicted. So what I would say is that you've done a good job, and everybody must be alert for this type of fraudulent doctors, quack doctors who go around impersonating and at least luring innocent people who, because of lack of resources to go to hospitals, would rush to them to do that. As a director of National Health Insurance, at least he's to ensure that 85% of his constituents are registered under National Health Insurance, so that they can seek health care from the government facilities or the private health facilities, so that he doesn't have to create a quack health facility to be running. But I'm sure the facility has been closed. Long time. We thank God they closed it, and we hope that the Attorney General.
But as of this morning, he's still the district health.
That one, let him be proved guilty. You know, I always. It says that
our laws are clear.
Let's use the laws.
Our laws are clear.
Yes.
When you are accused of a serious crime of this nature, no serious government will put you closer to the very people you try to harm. And remember, this issue led to fatalities. Perhaps that is the findings of the Ghana Medical and Dental Council.
You've just brought this to the notice of the Attorney General. They've written to you their response. Definitely, I don't think they've sat down. So it is now that perhaps the Attorney General has gotten notice of this. I think they will act.
Yes.
Let's have hope. I know you have hope in me.
Anyways, as we talk about people facing the justice system, Chairman Wontumi is one of them.
I think Solo hasn't had a bite on this one.
It's very easy. It's very simple. The response from the Attorney General is quite disturbing. That the institution sat down. I mean, look at paragraph 3. Even let's take it from paragraph 2. The docket was assigned to an assistant state attorney for legal opinion. Remember, this case took place in 2018. And the Attorney General assigned it to a legal assistant for a legal opinion, following which further investigation were directed to be conducted into certain aspects of the case. Now, the paragraph 3 says, available official records do not indicate that the said investigative directives were carried out. It means they gave it to the legal assistant for investigation. Just threw the file somewhere.
Was the Attorney General in 2018?
No, that's the MPP's era.
Gloria.
So Gloria, and then transition from Gloria to Godfrey Dame. Then subsequently, the docket was reassigned to another state attorney who, by a letter dated 20th May.
That's after I've written to them. 8 days. So if I hadn't written...
it's disappointing because if you had not written, it means that nobody would have taken note of this. Look, whoever is Omega Timothy, whoever is Attorney General, this matter must be prosecuted. So that we save people. People cannot go and hide behind politics and get away with impunity. So I am with you, my brother.
Yes.
I am with you, my brother. But like he advised, I know you are not doing it out
I'm not doing that.
But this is corporate social responsibility.
Yeah.
This is civic duty.
If he was not the organizer of the NDC, I would mention him.
Yeah,
because he's the constituency organizer.
You stated a fact, and you can't do anything. And also, a special assistant or what?
Of the current transport minister.
That I called that he must be fired some time ago. You know, I've been saying that he's not doing anything serious. The transport minister and the deputy are telling you that if President Mahama has any reshuffle to do, he must sack them.
But the deputy just had an award.
But that is why I said that. You look.
She's the best performing deputy minister.
The moment you go and receive an award, what you are telling all of us is that you are done with your job. That is your party. Immediately, the president sacks her. And we move on.
We'll talk about the awards.
All right.
Well, since you mentioned it, the Speaker of Parliament is interested now. Yesterday, it came up in Parliament. Dr. Naba, you were in Parliament.
I was in Parliament.
What happened in Parliament about the awards?
Oh, Honorable Abu Jinapo was proposing that we set up a committee to investigate it. Then he said if he wants it done, they should come the proper way. Proper way means that you have to write to the speaker telling him why, or move a motion. If everybody supports it, then we go with it. But you know, as I would say, we have so many bills in front of us, so many important things in front of us. If somebody organizes his event and invite people and give them kenke to drink, kenke water to drink, what is our business as parliamentarians? If somebody organizes an event,
we are not learning as a country. This daughter UN number 2. Daughter UN number 2. What lessons are we learning? When Dr. UN was giving flags, even to the Speaker of Parliament, was giving flags to very, very high, even Dr. Napo had one, right?
Yes.
Why should we entertain things of this nature? And you know why? It's a serious matter we are glossing over. Go to our institutions, go to our various strata of society. They will bring up a certain award and they code for you to vote. And by voting, they earn money. On what basis are these things given? These things must be nipped in the bud. It's not good for our society. And then the Greater Accra Regional Minister came and went so hard on Professor White why he came to blow the lead that they were paying 50,000 Ghana cedis.
But why would you?
For Christ's sake, why would you pay?
Well, that's according to Dr. White.
Why would you
Professor White,
the Greater Accra Regional Minister?
No.
Someone that only spent 6 minutes at vetting. Vetting that we should have questioned their competence.
Anyway.
The minority leader there, Raffaello, told us that the woman couldn't withstand pressure. And couldn't express herself in English. These are Afenyo's words.
Yes.
And that people came around and said we should let go. Why wouldn't she do this? So you see, what I'm saying is that people want recognition. They don't want to work for recognition. And businessmen have realized that lacuna. That, look, they want to be recognized. So why don't I organize something and take money? This one, you can't go and blame the private person. It's business.
The business is
so
denying.
We are a pyramid country.
The business is denying going to take.
But what do you think? Ponzi scheme. So we are a Ponzi people. We are interested in Ponzi things because we don't draw lessons. If indeed, we draw lessons from some of these things. After the painful experience of Dr. UN, when Sarkozy and Co were humiliated. I learned some of them even threw those awards into the sea. And another one somersault in another way. And look at the place they held the event.
So quoting you think that there should be some form of regulation for such award schemes?
Apart from the regulations, government should take steps and sanction government officials who expose this government to this radical. Government has been partly exposed.
No, but
that's why
government now says that
why is the chief of staff furious about the awards? Why did he summon those ministers to his office if government was not exposed? Why did he even catch the president's attention to come out with a letter, not mean a person through his own press secretary? That means it's a serious matter.
It is.
It's a serious matter.
But
Even at the time Accra was engulfed in flooding, and people were lamenting. The number one representative of the president was at Kempinski receiving the Bogus Award.
But Mr. Akoti,
so it's an individual organization.
Yes, private organization, nothing to do with government.
With his own criteria of awarding.
So you don't do the diligence.
No. You see, if you accept and go, it shouldn't be blamed on government
at all. Government has no
and
no
he
link.
has his criteria, but government also has his criteria of assessing the performance of his work.
And that is why government says it will now assess and then it will inform who to retain.
Is it not the same award? Is it not the same award?
But why is
some of the awardees have made billboards, gigantic billboards. If you go across the
one at a time, one at a time.
Go to Accra,
one at a time.
You see gigantic billboards displaying those awards. You understand? And you don't listen to the interview of the Greater Accra Regional Minister. Let us be serious.
Please. But the difference is very clear. Some other people received similar awards in the past. The government said nothing.
Okay.
This time,
government is now speaking about
equalization. You want to know who is really on top and who understands politics.
Makes sense.
This government says that what we have done is wrong, despite the fact it's a private person who has organized this event. Whether you paid, you didn't pay, you shouldn't have gone for it, and no one should go for it again. And the president has rebuked.
I disagree with Kuti.
Solo, you know my pain. You know my pain, Solo. You know
I know your pain, but the point is that
my pain is that people like Dr. Anaba, who are defending this government, both in opposition and in government. You see that Anaba will not be on the platform. You say anything about the NDC and you let it fly. Have they served him any purpose?
Oh, but
Mr. Kuti.
See, everybody. God's time is the
best.
God's time.
Mr. Osu, you're saying something. Gentlemen, let's fine tune the conversation.
That is the most important. How?
Mr. Kuti, Dr. Naba, hold on.
I don't know why.
Dr. Naba, 1 minute.
Kuti is being hard on the government. The truth of the matter is that if he could sit in there tomorrow, my organization say that we
come and collect an
award, and he comes to take it. I mean,
and you asked me to pay 50,000.
There's no
come and pay. I will pay.
Gentlemen.
So that's why they can do due diligence.
There's no evidence that somebody took 50,000 for it.
Pastor, why said they approach him?
That is an allegation. We don't know.
But no, for
the organizers of the I'm coming. The organizers of the
White even came twice. Not once.
Mr. Kuti.
When the Accra regional minister spoke.
Yes.
Professor White came out again.
So yes.
And
Professor White's words against the organizers. They say that they did not approach anybody to bring money for any award. That is what they are saying. So until we can independently verify, we cannot say that.
Exactly. The only reason why some of us are calling for the sacking of these ministers is that the award that they receive does not commensurate with their output.
I think that is the crux of the conversation.
Other than that, for them accepting, there is nothing wrong with it.
Because has there been any assessment done already to compare?
They are yet to do the assessment.
My goodness, the president is doing it, but as a citizen.
Yes.
Wait for the president.
I don't need the president. Look,
you have your own expectations.
One of this constitution. The sovereignty of this country resides in the people.
Yes.
Now, I'm one of the people.
And who is in charge of it?
No, listen. The president derives his power. So we voted.
Yes.
And the reason.
They're wearing yellow. You're not wearing green.
No, but it doesn't matter. Once the person swears in, let me read the order the president.
I think what Solo is saying makes a lot of
order the president swore, whether or not there is any provision for yellow or red.
Solo, like every other citizen, has expectations of public officials. So whether they are meeting the expectations or not, you know it yourself.
Exactly.
And you see, what people are talking about is not the fact that they went for the award.
No.
It's whether they deserve a certain recognition.
Award,
You know that the finance minister, Ato Forcing, he also was mentioned as an award winner. He was not there to receive it. But people are not talking about it because they think he has done well. But for the Greater Accra Regional Minister, for instance, based on circumstances we find ourselves in, That is why they say that.
He didn't even say anybody. The finance minister didn't say anybody.
You see, so the conversation
So
is
that's
not.
what we are talking about.
It goes beyond
Yes.
just appearing to receive
But,
the award.
but the whether or not they merit, look, the transport minister, every evening, now go to 37. It's a spectacle, it's an eyesore. Go and see the number of people that are queue along
He's
the
supposed
way.
to lead politics,
Look,
not to buy.
this
He's
transport
supposed to
minister.
lead politics.
Mr. Mr.
Oh
Koti.
no, this was
What are we
supposed
talking
Solomon.
about?
Mr. Koti, we
You
don't know.
when Solomon said they should fire this guy, I said no, he's my countryman.
It doesn't matter,
But for
countryman
this-
business, we are doing
for-
Ghana business.
For the issues Solomon is raising.
Look, he has got buses for
No, it's not
Anyways. Anyways,
he has to
gentlemen.
bring policies.
Dr. Anaba,
He
I
has
can understand your
to
difficulty, but you see
he has
here,
to engage
here-
the transport owners.
Yes.
Find a way,
Right.
you know, and even talk to the spare part.
it has to
dealers.
be solved. That's why they are
It
there.
has to
The
be
problem
solved.
has to be solved.
There's no leadership.
There is
No,
other
no
one I will
leadership.
agree.
No
There is.
Mr.
There's
Koti,
leadership.
the transport ministry, they are there for various reasons.
Yes.
They have their own KPIs, they have targets that they have to meet.
Yes.
So if they still are there, then the thinking is that they are working. Although
No,
the
go on the street.
I'm coming.
People
Although
are
the-
queued to get transport.
They don't
and
even get it.
And this
as
is not-
late at 12, you still see people.
And this is not a
ministry
problem.
is a very serious place.
This is not a problem that can be solved in a day.
You see, the president must
understand?
take time to assess everybody.
Exactly.
Really believe that there's a need for
No,
movement of
don't
people.
let us.
So don't just think
Dr.
the president
Anaba.
appoint you in 2 months' time. He's removed.
Dr.
Anaba.
Anaba,
You,
one day,
you yourself, you come and sit here again and blame the president.
Dr.
transport
Dr.
sector
Anaba,
is
Dr.
doing
Anaba,
well now.
don't let
Before,
us also
I
make the
defended my
president
brother
as
here,
as
that no,
a tingo.
they cannot pin whatever on him. But I
no,
think
no,
that
He's not a tingo.
no.
The president sees as we see. In fact, we see more than the president.
right.
Hey,
I'm telling you, the president is on the street. We are on the street. The president is briefed, and we sometimes you can get people that are very close to the president who are lying to the president. But Mr. President, this is the reality on the street. If you have not been told, every evening and every morning, people are struggling to get transport to their
work.
various homes,
And the
that is the
ministry
reality.
and the ministry is working on it.
And the ministry is
How
not
long are
working.
they working
The
on?
ministry
How is they?
working on it.
How are they working?
Then we have buses now available.
We are not done with that. Then the woman go and pick an award, and she's celebrating that award.
The best deputy minister.
My goodness.
So
Since when did you have best deputy minister?
Hey, Charlie, Sikedo.
So the presidency has taken
that is
notice.
fair. The people who
The
gave
criteria
award,
of the-
their
of the
criteria.
event
They know
organizers.
what criteria they use.
When Omar
Do you
Risanda
know the criteria?
when Omar Risanda interviewed the organizers of the
You can always
awards,
one.
Yeah.
the guy couldn't express
They are
himself.
organized.
The guy couldn't express
Don't tell you
himself,
it.
and there's somebody giving
So this
awards.
is what you're talking about.
Aha!
That's what you're talking about.
So has been vindicated.
Oh, so with this, how would any considerable deputy minister go and then receive an award that he or she is performing? This is an embarrassment to
And doing
administration.
gigantic billboards to display.
What are we talking about? And the president must act and must sack her. Together with the substantive minister.
Because
we
he
are
went to
building
receive
a
an
nation.
award.
Sure.
If you say what?
Because she went to receive an award.
Yeah, because she's insulting the sensibilities of the people of this country.
Me,
Okay.
I agree
You are
with the
brought to
position
deal
of the
with this
president.
problem. Look at the number here.
But
you can count more
Those
than
who organize it, you can't blame them.
50.
In the
Me, I agree with the
21st
position of the
century,
president.
Yes.
in
Calling
the
them to-
21st century, we are
But
still
the one who
doing this
organizes
way.
it, it is criteria.
No, as for the
about
person, we don't have a problem with the person. No.
Yes.
It's business.
Right.
But the person that should have realized that this is unconscionable. We have issues. You understand? Granted, you are even performing. You have a 4-year mandate, and your performance must be linked to other sectors. So you must be sensitive.
Yeah.
The only reward that any politician must expect is what is gotten at the polls. It is the reason why every 4 years we go to the polls and vote. It is an endorsement of your work.
But we don't vote you to be a minister.
No, what I'm saying
That
is
is separate.
But you
But
are
he's
working for the
representing
president.
the person we voted for.
Voted for. So
Who
your
does it
performance is
represent?
what to retain your party or government in place. When
So
we vote
today,
for you, it
I
means you
support
perform.
you 100%.
But you cannot
On
come
this
and do
area.
this and tell us that you have
Because
performed.
initially-
We must, look, people must not be taking us for granted.
Right.
We have real issues to solve in this country.
So
So,
look-
that all these people, every day, look at them. I
Abba,
see them. This one is the
21st
37 one. Eh?
It's
Yes,
improved.
this is
It has
the-
improved.
this
It has
is the-
improved.
It has
Improvement
worsened.
from what?
It has improved.
It
No,
has
it has
worsened.
worsened. And I'm going to show you another place, La Paz. When you see human beings, I always give them lift. The last time it was raining, That was the day I shed tears.
Yeah.
I saw young ones walking through the rain, and my car cannot pick more than 4.
Right.
So when you see this and you go and hear that a certain deputy minister is taking an award, you think I'll sit down? That means we must stop all that we are doing as activists.
My brother, you are risking. I'm telling you, you are risking taking people, and I appreciate your nationalism and
Yes.
It's quite risky security wise.
May I pick women and children?
Oh, women and children.
Oh yeah. May I pick women and children?
Only women.
I mean, man.
Yeah, okay.
Women and children, they are vulnerable.
Yeah.
In this situation, you pick woman and kids. Yeah. That is what I do.
So look, for this one, I agree 100% with you. You remember that the other instance.
Yes.
I said that no, you can't put this on my good brother. That's my other brother, and he's my MP.
I know.
But the deputy minister taking this award, insulting the sensibilities of Ghanaians in the state we find ourselves, has exposed the ministry. And by so doing, the box stop with you, the minister himself. And you see, evidence-based 3FM, your producers will give you 100% for this one. Reality. Everybody is seeing that.
You understand?
So see, Solo, in the 21st century, as a country, let's go beyond the minister and the deputy and look at it as a national issue. Wait, I'm coming, yes. Let's go beyond the minister and the deputy minister now. In the 21st century, how is it the case that we still have these problems?
That is it.
The Ghanaian is well traveled. So, and our lands are so flat that it will not be so expensive to do train services.
The last time you
so what has happened?
Someone has voted with a 2.2 million. Don't go and mention Sky Trading.
Anyways, no, we are not talking about Sky. Let's start with the ground one. When we are able to do the ground one, we talk about the Sky. And these buses, I'm coming. This type of buses poses serious security threats even to the people. Because you can enter into, you get a scratch, you can easily get it. So government should modernize the system.
Let me tell you.
Create avenue
in running up
and give transport facilities
when
to this
people
private
make
sector.
matters of transport
we can expand
very difficult. I laugh. It is the easiest of all the problems any sector can deal with. Just that people are not being proactive. We write proposals to them. They want you to go through. As we speak, I wrote a proposal to the Ministry of Health to deal with all the uncompleted hospitals. Somebody is just, they look at it and throw each other. People send realistic proposals to the ministries. They want you to come and beg. Nobody will beg you people. Nobody will come with fat envelope.
Look, the problem of our transportation issues in our big cities in Ghana is the lack of unifying the type of vehicles we should use.
Exactly.
There should be a law prescribing the kind size of vehicles in the big cities.
And beyond
these
things
are public transport. And these people should come together as groups to invest in these transports. That is what is done abroad.
Government must create an avenue. Government must create avenue such that these private transport operators can access finance facilities to bring this kind of transport.
That is why
the 100 buses, the 200 buses.
But I told you it will be a waste of time.
How can 100 buses solve this problem? Remember, Accra is not Ghana. Go to Kumasi, go to Takrady, go to Tamale, go to my holy city Saboba. We don't even have one.
Didn't you have transport minister in the last regime? We had.
No, we didn't have.
These people are taking steps to correct it.
To correct what?
No, but the NPP.
Gentlemen, hold on. Mr. Osu, hold on.
We are taking steps to resolve the problem.
I'm
here preferring the solutions to it, and the minister is doing.
Dr. Naba, hold on.
You came and dumped Ayalolo, which was meant to help.
Gentlemen, let's fine tune the conversation. Mr. Koti. Hold on. Mr. Koti, it's okay. Let's fine tune the conversation. Let's have one at a time discussions here. Now we have established the conversations about the award scheme and how the transport ministry, according to Mr. Usu, should have heads rolling because they were insensitive going to take the award. That has been established. We are also knowing that the president is involved. He has interest now And he says that they should not be doing that, and it will inform who to retain, who to remove, who to take where, and all of that. That has also been established. But we should also know that, just like Mr. Naba is saying, this is a private organization. Private individuals organize awards, and whoever they decide to award is based on their own criteria. So I think we can let that conversation die down nicely.
So let's move
and then we can talk about other subjects. This morning, my people have heated power. And he'll be the last to talk on Wontumi.
He may not even get the time.
But okay.
Who consume the time?
Now we know what is happening to Chairman Wontumi. A plea bargain deal with the Attorney General. This is the overview of the cases against Chairman Wontumi. He's alleged to have assigned his mineral rights without approval, and the court has set July 3, 2026 for judgment. This is related to the Samaboy illegal mining case. Now, to the Tano Nimri Forest Reserve case, he's alleged to have mined in a forest reserve without permit. The investigator is currently under cross-examination. That is one of the cases. Now, this is what we're talking about this morning, the Exim Bank case. Fraudulently procuring some 14 million loan from the Ghana Import and Export Bank and caused financial loss to the bank to the tune of some 30 million cedis. That is what we know so far. He was arraigned before the High Court on Accra on Monday, May 18, 2026, where he pleaded not guilty to all the charges. Is there another one? Now, for plea negotiation, Criminal and Other Offences Act, Procedure Amendment Act, we're talking about Act 1079. Subject to Section 16(2)(b), a person charged with a criminal offence may at any time before judgment negotiate with the Attorney General for plea agreement to reduce an offence charged to a lesser offence. That is A. B is to withdraw a charge against an accused person, or C, to reduce the punishment for an offence charged within the law that prescribed the punishment. Now, 2, a plea agreement under subsection 1 may provide A, a sentence or a range of sentences to be recommended to the court. B is that the payment by the accused person of compensation to a victim of the offence, or C, the making of restitution by the accused person with the prior consent of the accused person. So we know where we are right now. He's seeking the court's permission to stop representing his clients. I'm talking about lawyer Andy Apia Kubi in one of the cases. He does not want to represent Chairman Wontumi again, and this is in one of the cases. Let's move on. If we're looking at the timeline of the key event, October 2025, he was formally appointed as counsel to Chairman Wontumi. November 2025, filed motion for further disclosures from prosecution. March 16 this year, court dismissed the no case submission that he filed. I'm talking about Andy Apia Kubi. March 18, defense filed an appeal against that ruling. And of course, there was a stay of proceedings was also dismissed after he filed it. And court declined for filing defense address. That's on June 17. Now, this is what we're looking at after he said that he does not want to represent his client again, that he's deeply disappointed in multiple court rulings that went against his client. And this is something that, Mr. Kotin, you spoke about the last time. He feels these disappointments are affecting his emotional and psychological balance. He believes that mistrust has developed between prosecution, defense, and the bench, and he thinks fresh counsel would better serve his clients going forward. These are some of the reasons that Andy Apia Kubi is withdrawing representation of Chairman Wontumi. June 9, the motion is scheduled to be heard on Monday, June 15, 2026. We'll talk about his decision to withdraw representation, but let's start with the plea bargain conversation, and I'll start with you, Dr. Anaba. We've seen how the case has traveled.
You say I won't get so to talk.
We've seen how the case has traveled. Now the latest is that a plea bargain is being sought. When you got to know about the plea bargain yesterday, what was your initial reaction to it?
Because by me, since this case came up, I've always said that our judges should expedite this within 3 weeks and conclude on the case. You shouldn't be wasting the time of Ghanaians and the judges. You go to a forest that we say don't mine. You go and mine, pollute the place, take the gold, go to a radio station, show it to Ghanaians that you are who you are because your government is in power. Destroying the forest, that is feeding us with oxygen. That is feeding us with water in our homes. You go to a bank, take money that you are going to put up 100,000 acre farms. At the end, we don't even have 1 single acre of maize farm. That could have employed at least 1 person per acre. That is 100,000 youth getting employment.
100,000 people.
We did nothing with it. I am not going to talk too much about this case. The judges, excuse me, with all due respect, for want of a better word, I think they are slow. This case should have been finished a long time.
Oh, even with how
yes, I'm telling you, it's too slow. You see, if we are very swift in dealing with people who we just know that, look, they've committed a crime, especially people who want to use their political position to destroy this country, to destroy the youth of this country, and we are treating them with kid gloves, that is where other people would continue. Plea bargain means that after all the gymnastics that he did, together with the minority in parliament, going to sit down before Iyoko on the floor. Remember, Afenyo Makin went to sit on the floor and all that, and they did all their protests. They know the law. They went and sat there and protested. All the protests that they made, the man pretended even to have a stroke. For that matter, they even had to release him. He went home the following day. He was in Bawomia's house, jumping and doing exercise to tell the judges that I've cheated, to tell Iyoko that I've cheated you. At the end, you take a lawyer who wants to say that the case, they should throw it away. The judges say, we can't throw that case away. Look at the amount of money, 300 million Ghana cedis. Do you know what it can do to the country? The devastating effect of his mining in an authorized forest. Do you know the ecosystem he has destroyed? Ecocide. He has created what we call ecocide in the country, meaning that he's depriving us of oxygen and other species that could have helped the country and helped the humanity to live happily. So to me, this case is delayed. Plea bargaining means that he's at fault. He knows he's at fault. All what he was doing was pretense. And this is why I always call on political party followers. People who are accused of crime, what we can do to them, support them with a lawyer and allow the lawyers to work for them. Allow the judicial system to work for them. So that in case they are guilty, they go. If they are free, the lawyer that you supported at least would help. But let's not make a spectacle. As if once somebody in my party is accused of something, I should come out compulsorily to support him, whether he's right or wrong. At the end, look, the minority in parliament will be disgraced because they went and they were protesting against Iyoko for putting a heavy fine for him to be bailed. If they had bailed him easily, he would have been bluffing around. But look at the case now. He himself is now pleading even guilty. Couldn't he tell them that, look, me, I'm guilty. We'll find a lawyer, find a way, let's beg the Attorney General and JM, at least for them to let the judiciary soften the sentencing. That is what he's exactly doing now. So what he did to us is wasting of time.
You think it's a little too late?
To me, it's too late. He has insulted Ghanaians. He bluffed that he did nothing. They should let him suffer it so that the next time somebody does the same mistake and they are taking him to court, he'll quickly plead. Then we don't waste our resources for the Attorney General and his staff to be running around looking for evidence and all those things to the court. So to me, let's separate what is party politics and party political support to individuals who get themselves incriminated into activities that they ought not to do. For instance, there's this nurses that they have arrested in Salaga also.
Yes.
Have you seen the nurses gather mob and go to the police station to fight for them to be released? No, they've left it. The only thing they'll do is to sympathize with them. If there's a need for a lawyer or something, they gather and give to the lawyer to support them to come out of it. They'll give them their social protection. They'll do that. Sedenam arrived. Did people mobilize to the airport to go and protest that they've brought Sedenam to Ghana? No. If we are fan of rushing to come out to support people who are alleged to have committed crimes against the country, and we are supporting them blindly because of political issues, this is how far it will send us. That the people will continue to do what they are doing. To me, the lawyer resigning from the case is just like the Attorney General resigned from the case of the former Chief Justice that he doesn't want to be the lawyer again, and the Supreme Court said, no, you can't resign, you have to continue with the case. He led him throughout the whole process. If he's now using his emotional issues against the bench and then the rest, he's been a lawyer for a long time. He has a lot of experience. He knows how these things goes. His client might have told him the truth about the whole thing, but I think he was also just persisting and insisting because that is his party member, somebody who wants to be their party chairman. You can't abandon him at this point. So I think that now he's getting so fatigued that he wants to withdraw. But I don't think he should. I think they shouldn't allow him to withdraw.
No, he should not be allowed.
No, he shouldn't be allowed to withdraw.
Why?
He started the case. You just continue.
He says that if he withdraws, it will be in the best interest of his client.
He doesn't want to be recorded that he lost a case. No.
You think that is why he?
That
wants
is why,
to be.
to me, he doesn't want to be recorded. You see, it is not that he's sick. That he and the bench. The bench what? The bench has been the same bench when you were in government. And the bench is the same bench, now you are in opposition. What is the problem? Is it that you know the judge or now you don't know the judge? No, that is not the issue. The issue is that you were defending the man strongly, saying that he'll be exonerated. Now they are going to virtually sentence him. In less than 1 month, you say you want to withdraw from the case.
How do you know he'll be sentenced? Is there something you know we don't know?
The man has just pleaded, is going for plea bargain. No, plea bargain means that he knows that the offenses he has committed.
Not necessarily.
It does not mean the person is guilty.
At all.
It does not mean the person is guilty.
Charlie.
Not necessarily.
So
the law
they
is
come to
very
your bank
clear.
and take this.
Mr. Kwesi, let him finish.
They go to a bank and take this money. The purpose for which you said you were going to use it for has not been used for. It's supposed to be used to grow food and at least help food security in this country. You didn't grow the food. The people we are going to employ, I said one person, one farm, 100,000 youth. You have not created the farms.
Since
you think this is not a crime?
Since you brought the withdrawing, and the appeal could be withdrawing, he's not withdrawing because he thinks his client is going to lose. He's giving reason. He says it's because of the conduct and management of the trial. And that has to do with...
he has a place to appeal. He has a place to appeal if he thinks the conduct...
He's writing to the Bar Association as well. That is not something that should be allowed to
he should appeal, but he shouldn't withdraw. If he appeals, they will listen to him and see whether they can support him or not. To me, appeal.
But he says it has also affected him personally in the continuing to provide services to his client.
The case is going wrongly. The case is going to a way that the ruling may not favor him, may have a dent on his on his career, on his integrity. Yes, look, even armed robbers, we defend them. Is that not it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the problem? Defend him till the end and show that yes, you've done your best. Ken Ofori-Atta is in the U.S. One of the strong lawyers in the U.S., well-known lawyers in the U.S. is defending him. In case he loses at the end and Ken Ofori-Atta comes home, will it change him? It won't change him. Continue. The man is paying him for the work he's doing. And you know the case very well. You are a respected lawyer. I don't think any judge in the bench would disrespect Andy Appiah Kubi. Honorable. I don't think. It's just that they are ruling fairly. And fairly in favor of Ghanaians. And he doesn't want that humiliation, that he's defending somebody whose case, for some of us, I'm not going to give award, but for some of us, we think that the case is long overdue. The man should have been in jail a long time to deter others from what they are doing.
Oh, but the court is yet to pronounce a ruling.
Look, it's very clear, my brother. You go to mine in the forest that they say you shouldn't mine. Yeah, he forges the signature for a license. Is that not it?
Those are the allegations.
Those are allegations. Was he supposed to mine there?
The court will determine the documents he had. The court will make the ruling.
So you think that the Attorney General can just go and concoct? Those who concoct, we know them.
No, that's not.
Those who concoct stories for defenders and then prosecution to get people jailed, we know them. I don't think Ayine and his team would attempt to at least 4 stories to get people jailed. The evidence is out about the money. Where did he put the money? The money from Exim Bank, where did he put it? Are the farms there? Where are the 100,000 acres of farms? None is existing. Instead of the farm self, you are even going to use the money to destroy the forest. So he's created a serious problem that even lay persons knows that he must go to jail. That's why I even said, look, remember National Service Secretariat, they are ghost names. I said, if I'm a judge, that case would not spend 3 hours on my table.
Oh, then how will you do due diligence?
What is due diligence? When it is the evidence has been proven that even a retired man's name was there, and babies who were not yet born had their names in the list. You won't spend 3 hours in my court. You see, we have to act sometimes. I know justice, you must allow people to go through the whole process. But some are just glaring.
Okay.
Just glaring.
Okay. I hear
we
you.
have to deal with people.
I hear you. Thank you. Mr. Kwesi, you have followed.
There's time for him.
Yes, there's time for him.
In fact, I want to take a very central stand on this matter.
Central stand.
You have always been
Okay.
taking partial stance,
You see, as a country, I think the Ministry of Justice and the Attorney General's Department ought to look at policies to educate us on some of our laws. Legal education is very, very necessary for the citizens. It is only true that you know your rights, your don'ts, and do's. You see, the law of plea bargain was passed just recently, 2022. I think at 1079. And a lot of lawyers are not even aware of that amendment. And my checks even shows that many lawyers, even in courts today, still relies on laws that have been repealed until maybe their counter arguments and their attentions will be drawn. You see, there is nothing wrong with plea bargain. It's a constitutional right for anybody facing criminal prosecution. And I always have this to say, if you are in public office, there are two areas you must keep clean. Maybe one day you may find yourself at the other side, not through any fault of yours. The law calls one, the prisons second. So my question is quite rhetorical. If the NPP was in government, would Chama Wontumi be facing this kind of trial? I say this with something in mind, how we need to make our institutions independent, so that when someone is facing criminal prosecution, it doesn't turn into a political prosecution. For all intent and purposes, because Chama Wontumi's government is not in power, and NDC is in power and he's been prosecuted, people want to view it in that lens. And I found that to be very unfortunate. Look, my good brothers, success has many friends. Failure is often.
It's always alone.
And I know Chama Wontumi, given the set of circumstances now, if he wants to do deep reflection, some of the things he said, some of the things he did, he wouldn't do that. And I can say, emotional characteristics of events always take the better toll of us. And many of the things he did out of ignorance. So here we are. The lawyers are filing for a plea bargain. Not in the Summer Boy case that the ruling is coming on the 3rd.
No, it was a
Let's
different
set the
case.
record straight. Not on that one. But they are talking about the loan he took from the Exim Bank. So I see a lot of commentary, unfortunately, around. I see because he thought he would be jailed, that's why he's now running for a plea bargain. Those set of facts are not right. The plea bargain is related to the other case and not the Summer Boy case set for judgment on the 10th.
They are very different cases.
They are very different cases. Now, to my very good friend, Honorable Apia Kubi, I can understand him. If anybody is citing excuses based on psychology, you are a doctor. You should even be concerned for him. There are certain cases you take and it can take the better toll of you. And the case he's withdrawing from is not even the one set out for judgment on the 3rd. It is still the Exim Bank loan that is still before the court.
Right.
I think the trial is ongoing. Okay, granted that the withdrawal is in relation to the Summer Boy
Yes,
set for
the
judgment.
withdrawal is the Summer Boy case, also
He
different from the Exim
indicated
Bank case.
the set of circumstances And we cannot fault him for that. It is his right.
Oh, yeah.
It is his right. You don't know what may have transpired between he and Chairman Wontumi. And if you speak to many lawyers, sometimes they will advise their clients, let's do this. The client, out of ignorance and ego, will say that, no, I am giving you instructions. Do this for me. Then you go and you get stuck, like we are seeing in the situation ahead. And if he's fatigued by advice he has given his client and his client is not taking, what do you expect him to do? He will withdraw. So I think that...
But in this case, the reasons he's giving has more to do with the handling of the case than his client himself. So he thinks the case is being shepherded in people, extra forces are almost influencing the journey of the case.
That is not in doubt. And according to him, that affected him psychologically.
Yeah.
And he felt that at this point, he would not be better placed to be in the right frame of mind to do what? To lead his client.
Yeah.
So why do you fault him? Why do you fault him? Some are saying that it's delay tactics for the court to say that, okay, go and get another lawyer. Look, how long would it, even if it takes 3 months or 6 months and conviction awaits you, you still go through the conviction. As a country, we shouldn't see conviction as a punishment. We should rather look at a conviction in the reformist agenda, how it will reform the person to be useful to society. In other jurisdictions, if you look at how convictions are done, they are done to make sure that, one, the laws are respected, it serves a deterrent, and to reform the person to be useful to society. But in our part of the world, we feel that jail is the only part of it. Look, if Chairman Wontumi have a criminal conviction, granted that he's been fined, he's been spared jailed, and he's asked to pay a certain amount of money to the state, it's still a conviction.
Yes, it is.
There are certain jobs he can take. It will even harm his reputation. He cannot even do certain businesses. But look, we are crying about youth unemployment in this country. Is that correct? Chairman Wontumi alone employs a lot of our youth through other businesses. If Chairman Wontumi is convicted today to serve a jail sentence, it will have an indirect impact on these jobs, which will further compound the youth unemployment problems we are talking about.
Hold on. Look, but Mr.
I am making...
Mr. Koting.
Look, you see how...
I'm coming. Mr. Koting, I get the point you're making. But even if the person... I'm saying even if the person is employing 100,000 people, 200,000 people, but the person is doing it on the basis of illegality, it's not something we should continue.
At all. But look, you see, they didn't allow me to land. You see, they were emotionally charged.
Then please land nicely for us. Because we cannot...
I am not saying, I am with any shred of doubt that no one should serve a jail sentence.
How many banks did they close? How many people lost their way?
Listen, my brother. Look, don't be emotionally charged, doctor. I know that for you,
Mr.
you are one of the finest we have.
Mr. Koting,
on this matter, look, I'm not saying that Chairman Wontumi, when he's found guilty and he deserves a jail sentence, he shouldn't serve a jail sentence.
What are you saying then?
I am only saying things in the other realm. Balancing probabilities. You understand?
You are saying things in the other realm.
Yes, balancing probabilities.
You said you were going to be central. You said you were going to be central. You are not central.
I'm central.
You are not central.
I think now he has veered off the centrality.
I am giving the dynamics. Look, Chairman Wontumi could be set free on the 10th. We don't know.
Very possible.
Okay? That's right. It is in the hands of the judge. Yeah. We don't know. We can't preempt anything.
Based on the evidence.
So anything we say here.
The Attorney General to appeal.
No. So it means that you want Chairman Wontumi to be convicted at all. No. So why do you say you ask the Attorney General to appeal? If you say you ask the Attorney General to appeal, it means that you...
Dr. Naba.
I'm asking to Dr. Anaba.
Dr. Anaba, hold on. Let him wrap up. Mr. Kuti, wrap up for me.
Chairman to me is set free.
Yes.
You will cause the Attorney General to appeal.
Yes. Because he thinks that the evidence goes against him.
Well, you see, that is even still within the rights of every Ghanaian.
Correct.
Yes.
For that matter.
Yeah.
We just want that the court should be fair.
Right.
The court should be fair. Because any of us could be in the shoes Chairman to me find himself. Me.
Take money and no pay.
I won't grow. No, we are talking about the summer boy now. For the Exim Bank one, he wants a plea bargain. And once someone is maybe for, he wants to refund the money to the state. And we need that money.
With interest.
We need it. If he refunds the money to the state, and the state decides to give him a lesser sentence, it's done and it's permissible by the laws.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now, I am talking about the July 10th.
Yeah.
To me, we have to wait for the court ruling.
We will.
But this is my plea. Let us not put it in our mind that going to jail alone is the panacea for conviction.
Okay.
He could be fined.
Okay.
And once you are fined and convicted of a criminal offense, the constitution that is lying before you, Solo, what does it say? You can hold certain positions. And your integrity and reputation will be damaged.
Okay.
And that alone will send a signal to others that when you get public office, understand that it's just a stage.
Right.
Like the ceramic cup.
Yeah.
People will worship that cup and not you. When you leave that stage, you will be alone.
Right.
That's why success has many friends.
Thank you.
And failure is often.
Thank you. Mr. Also, you've listened to what Mr. Koting has said, and I find the last things very, very interesting.
Yes.
It almost seeks to suggest that Chairman to me, there are other avenues for punishment.
Exactly.
That is, if he's guilty. I think that's what you're saying.
Exactly. Not only jail term.
And he says that those ones will also serve as enough deterrent. We'll see. But from where you sit, based on, I'm saying that because
he's central.
You know
he's central.
You know the kind of political figure Chairman to me is.
Yes.
We know how we're talking about Galamsey, the impact it is having, and if a central figure, big personality like Chairman to me is found to flout the law, and the best punishment against him is a fine, which he will be able to pay. He's Chairman to me, he has resources.
The worst punishment should be given to him.
And if anyways, Mr. Osu, I'll come to you now. You followed
Why did you Solomon also speak last? You said I was going to speak last. I'll protest.
You should have deferred it to me that I speak fast, guy. Go back.
I'm protesting.
You are really taking all the time.
You can make comments when you finish.
Yes.
You have followed the case. Chairman to me now wants a plea bargain. It is not very clear that it is an admission of guilt, but we still have to wait for the court. But when you read through everything that is happening, what is your own individual assessment?
So we have 3 cases that we are talking. If you have your dictionary, you can look at the meaning of the word plea before you add the bargain. Sometimes these people, they say they are lawyers, they come and confuse you with all sort of things when it is a straightforward matter. Because if you believe in your case, I mean, you are setting your somewhere. If someone takes you to court and you believe that you have not done anything wrong, what prevents you to court? And you believe that you have not done anything wrong, what prevents you from sorting out with the person in court? Just like he did with the Samurai Boy case that is pending ruling. If he is not admitting that he has done something that is wrong, he wouldn't enter into a plea bargain.
So for the Samurai Boy case,
that is wrong, he wouldn't enter into a plea bargain.
So for the Samurai Boy case, he's certain in his mind that he has not done
Absolutely,
anything.
that is why he did not opt for the plea bargain. So those that are saying that plea bargain does not mean you are guilty, it's just semantics. They just put it there just to deceive minds. You understand? Because once you are reading, as part of the plea bargain negotiations, you are supposed to either it must negotiations. You are supposed to either it must contain the punishment thereof, whether or not you want to engage in restitution or pay back the amount.
Yes.
You understand? So it tells you that right away the state. And all this, it doesn't say that either the plaintiff or the accused will be paying or will be charged or something. It says that the defendant or the accused will be punished, will be done. Well, it means you are agreeing that you have committed something that is wrong. You see, one to me has always been praying. And I believe in discussing this subject, man must also be in the spiritual mood and pray so that we can get a better appreciation.
You also want to...
Elovika, Novika. Toriasha.
So you are the spiritual realm now. I was in that realm.
Because you are discussing matters.
Give us some more.
Elovika, Inoshika. Toriasha. Having prayed, I think my mind is clear. Now, Crosby, if you have your computer, go to Matthew 5:25 and let's see what is there.
You're not wearing white. Okay, that's okay.
So that you can appreciate.
You want me to go to Matthew 5:25?
25 and you read for us. And you appreciate where we to me.
Matthew
5:25.
Hey, you are telling the pastor today.
Why, what is
And you have to change your shirts.
You have to change your shirts.
Matthew 5:25.
Now you are quoting the Bible. No?
Yes.
You are kind of writer now.
So I'm not wearing white.
So Matthew 5:25 says, settle matters quickly with your adversary. Who is taking you to court. Do it while you are still together on the way. Or your adversary may hand you over to the judge.
And throw you to jail.
And the judge may hand you over to the officer. And you may be thrown into prison.
Absolutely. So, you see, one to me studied theology. So all the things that you do, I disagree that he doesn't know his left from right. He knows everything. He knows he has committed an offense. And he remembers Matthew 5:25. That settle your adversary, someone that wants to harm you, whilst you are on your way to court. Else he will hand you to the judge, and the judge will hand you to the officer, and you'll be thrown to jail. That is all to it with this plea bargain. Because, absolutely, you see, he cannot get away. I saw a documentary, in fact, a TV program where one to me was being interviewed on UTV. That was somewhere 2022 or thereabout, where he was standing in the middle of a supposed farm, which he claimed he used the monies he borrowed from at the Exim
Bank
to do that. Now you can get anybody from the Exim Bank to look at, because it was a project finance, look at the proposal he proposed to the bank before he lured them into giving the money. He had estimated that he was going to engage more than 1,000 youth into employment. He was going to employ people. So by that, they gave him 14 million plus. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Now you are talking about if you were to jail him, he would have denied people who are in employment. What about those that he took money that he was going to employ? You understand? We are talking about opportunity cost
and trade-offs.
So please let the laws work. Nobody is above the law. In fact, if you were living in a serious country with a serious president, then that is President Kufuor, he should have been the first person to start the prosecution, because his own Minister of Lands and Natural Resources wrote in terms of this Samrabo case that they had never granted Wontumi the license to enter into the Tano Nimre forest and so on and so forth. And all of us has been speaking against Galamsey. And always we deal with that. We go for the small fishes. If now a government is going after a bigger fish, you must be the one to be encouraging the government and even the judge. Here, nobody is saying that if he's wrong, the judge must say he's wrong. But if it's not wrong, the judge must say he's wrong. But if it's wrong, under no circumstance must the judge say otherwise. Why? Then what sort of country are we building? Look, this Apia Kubi thing is all games, it's gimmicks. Just to delay process, just to create the impression, it's a psychological warfare. Listen to Apia Kubi, go and watch You Want to Me, and listen to the MPP fanatics. All they are saying is that they are trying to put the judge in a very tight corner. I heard Maurice Ampao, the way he spoke about the judge, I couldn't believe it. You understand? You hear people saying that, oh, because Ibrahim Mahama was working with the Chief Justice, definitely who to me will have problem. How can we draw such conclusions? It is all psychological games. Because I listen to Apia Kubi every now, you know the way these bloggers are. Anytime they go to court, they go with bloggers, thankfully. And anytime they are done with court proceedings, Apia Kubi magnanimously grants interviews to the general public as to what took place. Under no circumstance, in no occasion did Apia Kubi come out and complain about the judge. He never did.
No, he has not complained about the judge in essence, but the process of the court proceedings has not been happening.
No, listen to me. I have his what do you call it? The issues that he has tabled, the declarations that he has sent to the court, for which reason he is withdrawing from the case. It's centered on the processes. And who is carrying out the processes?
The judge, obviously.
So obviously he's attacking the judge. In fact, the paragraph 14 of his own declarations or affidavit, listen to what he's saying. That I know that the outcome of this case will not be the end of this matter, and believe that justice will be better served on a better and more equitable platform with cooperating actors. How can we allow Apia Kubi to do this to the judiciary? When you have witnessed the proceedings, you have taken part till the end, and you are required to submit your witness statement. Listen to what he's saying. This is not in truth. This is dishonest way of putting things.
You think it's being dishonest?
It's all dishonest. Because I have listened, you know, here was Apia Kubi at one point who came to tell us that they have done everything expected of them. What is left was God to intervene. You didn't hear that? At that time, if he had any issue with the judge, he would have said it. He said, no, we have done everything. The process has been fair. Me, I have listened to Apia Kubi on one of such occasions saying that the process has been fair.
And that was in relation to the Summer Boy case.
Summer Boy case. And that all that they are waiting for is that they need God's favor, intervention. Now, all of a sudden, the case has been, what do you call it, a date has been set aside for ruling. And all of a sudden, Apia Kubi, unprovoked from nowhere, goes to sit on air. In any case, you have filed an application before a judge. Is that not the case? Do we prosecute the case on radio?
No, we don't.
So why did he decide to go and sit on radio to discuss the matter before it gets to the judge?
No, but he said he has filed the applications, and that will be made known to the public on Monday.
But if you have filed an application, you didn't file an application at the radio station.
Is it the first time?
Anyways, gentlemen, we have to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about what happens going forward. This is still Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. So just hold your horses for me. We'll go for a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about some more issues.
Remember shit that your mama made.
Chairman Wontumi is asking for a plea bargain with the negotiations with the Attorney General. What will be your expectation?
My expectation is that the Attorney General must behave within the confines of the law.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's leading the country in terms of our legal provisions. He knows what is right. He knows the mood of the country. So I don't expect them to do anything that will shortchange the people of this country.
When you say that, what exactly do you mean?
What I mean is that if the plea bargain, he is ready to bring the money and also serve some punishment, that's fine. We have taken our money, but you will still serve punishment.
So taking the money alone is not enough?
No, it's not enough. What we will be promoting is that people come into government, steal it, and then they will just go and do business with it, keep the money somewhere. They know that a time will come, they just go and do a plea bargain, they pay back the money with interest and get away with it. That would even be dangerous than where we are now.
Okay.
But you take the money and still punish the person.
Punish the person, jail sentence?
Yes, it could be part of it. Beyond jail, you ban the person from public life. That would be deterrent enough. Because you see, as we speak, people in this government or this administration are also engaging in galamsey. You understand? The president himself said, remember the president said, that there are people in his government who are engaging. So if you are going to be lenient with, you are lenient with Wontumi. Are you not emboldening those who are here today? Because that would be the president. You understand what is you don't know about it? But why are you so fixated? That means I must be taking a second look at you. That you blow hot and cold. You don't mean what you say. No. You understand? It is the reason why we all know that when you are found guilty in terms of galamsey, per our law, minimum is 10 years, maximum is 25 years.
Yes.
It is there. If you want the judge to do anything outside of this, it means we must go and amend our laws. We are not in the banana republic. All of us know it. You understand? So that is where the judge must be. If the judge comes and in an unlikely event that he said it goes ultra vires, that maybe sentences of 30 years, I will have cause to question it. That judge, you are behaving outside your remit. If it comes below 10 years, and this is not to say that Wontumi is going to be jailed or not. That is the discretion of the court.
Yes.
You understand? But we must encourage the judges to be. Countries that have developed, they did not develop overnight.
Okay.
People are, you see, punishment is correction. That is all to it. That do not do this. The country must rather be furious. Look, this Nimre forest and stuff, there is also a video to it. When forestry commission, people working within the forestry environment wanted to enter that forest and they were being chased out by workers working for Wontumi, Akonta Mining. We were all in this country.
In fact, there were reports that some people were held hostage.
Absolutely. The chiefs, he took the chief to go and beg. We have witnessed all these things. And because time has elapsed, people want to use emotions. That will be the last thing some of us will encourage you.
Okay. Let me take your words on this too, Dr. Naba. Now a plea bargain is being sought. We know that there's been some conversations about plea bargaining with the current Attorney General. People have reservations about it. But for this Wontumi case and the desire for a plea bargain, what would constitute a good enough plea bargain for you?
No, for me, plea bargain is in the confines of our laws.
Yeah.
So it's acceptable. Me, I always want to go by the laws. If he comes to plead that, look, I'm really guilty, have mercy on me, then the best thing the judge should do is to ensure that he return all the money, especially that of the Exim Bank.
The 30 million.
The 30 million. Return it, pay the interest, and if there are any other charges in addition, and maybe at least let him smell some limited privacy for some time.
Limited privacy?
At least, yes.
What does limited privacy mean?
He must enter small and sleep there small.
Enter where?
So that other people, it will deter. You know where I'm talking about. It can be Ashford, it can be where Tamale prisons, Cape Coast, Anchorage, anywhere. At least something small. You see, we need deterrent in Ghana to stop people from, at least politicians, from at least taking advantage of our coffers. As for the forest issue and then there is the mining issue, as for that one, I would not have sympathy on him.
Yeah.
If even they jail him 100 years. The law says that 20 years maximum, but if they put him 100 years, I wouldn't mind, simply because we know the effect of illegal mining and mining in Ghana. People are born without limbs. People are born with defects.
Are you hearing born without limbs and stuff?
So many people are now having to go for dialysis in Kumasi because of that area being contaminated, polluted from illegal mining. So to me, I wouldn't have any mercy or anybody who practices galamsey and is arrested.
Absolutely.
No, I'll never have mercy on
and I agree with you.
But I think the law should take its course.
Right.
A fair trial. That one day I would insist on a fair trial. Yeah. And then if the lawyers are not happy about the fair trial and want to withdraw, it's up to them. They'll lose their income.
A fair trial, but stiffer punishment.
Yes.
I see.
Right.
Mr. Akoti, well, I said you get the final word. I didn't say which area. Now you are getting the final word on this one.
In fact,
we gave you the final word.
Galamsey is an existential threat facing all of us. When it comes to Galamsey,
so you know this.
As long as the process is fair, all the sets of facts and evidence has been considered, and in the true and proper interpretation in the eyes of the judge, anybody practicing Galamsey is found guilty, there should be stiffer punishment.
Okay.
That one, I agree 100%. Because what we are witnessing today have generational effects. We may not even comprehend the effects today.
Now,
if we are privileged to be alive in the next 10, 20, 30 years,
you don't know how he went.
That is when we'll be quantifying that. But with the Exim Bank loan, 30 million.
Yes.
We need money. The country is broke.
Okay.
If there's a plea bargain, and look, plea bargain is a quasi admission of guilt.
Okay.
Why I say quasi admission of guilt is that if all the facts are filed and is put before court, it amounts to what? Guilt. And you are convicted. It amounts to guilt. So we can take our money, give him a lesser punishment.
But that is the essence of the plea bargain.
Lesser punishment.
The lesser punishment
is 10 years.
Being in jail for every day is not different from being in jail in 10 years. It's the same.
The same
because you have been there. That's the base.
Okay.
To me, we take our money, we give you a lesser sentence. You don't even become a burden on the taxpayers. Because when you are in jail, we feed you. The very money we need to confront the transport issues you were mentioning, the flood, great jobs for our youth. We shouldn't use those money in taking care of people.
But the man has assets and stuff, and
in all of this, I think that Chama Wuntumi's lawyers have no help.
Mr. Akoti, get closer to the microphone.
Chama Wuntumi lawyers.
But a while ago, you were saying that the lawyer, the court has not been fair.
No, I never said the court has not been fair.
So what were you saying?
I've never said that.
For me.
I've never.
What were you saying?
I was saying that the lawyer is crying psychological toll on him. So we must save the human being first before he can defend somebody.
The man has run away.
So I am saying that his lawyers have not been fair to him, or probably they gave him that route and he didn't take. If he had accepted plea bargain initially on both cases, I'm not sure we'll be here.
You're not sure we'll get
Matthew 5:25.
Matthew 5:25 is true. But you see, Solomon is proven to be something else. You should establish a church.
Mr. Osu, before you go, I think by popular request, we would love for you to give us one more prayer.
Oh, hello, Vicado.
Oh, goodness. Thank you so much for spending the morning with us. My name is Noble Crossbrand and produced by Frederick Kunzo Tiani, DJ Phil on the ones and twos. Sunrise Sim is back again on Monday. Thank you so much. Today is your birthday. I want to wish you a happy birthday. Unfortunately, we cannot mention all the names right now. But happy birthday to all of you if today is your birthday. Thank you so much for joining us during the